Welcome to the first episode of whatever this series is going to be called. I am the director of ZSA Media Group. My name is Daniel, and welcome to at least a beautiful shooting day in Canberra. Right now it's quite relatively cold, but it is overcast, which is perfect for photography. But just finished up shooting a Subaru Liberty, and now just going to be shooting one of these. It is probably one of my most favorite brands to shoot, but they have one in today at Leadr Group. It is gone out of the market, it's back on the market again, but it is a stunning car. It is a Ferrari 488 GTB, but there is another car that I'll be shooting as well let's say it's just arrived. Have a look at this thing. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a McLaren 720S, and I must say I do love this thing. It is stunning. All black exterior, brown interior. It is definitely a spec that I would love to own in the future. But yeah, for the interim, let's get the Ferrari sorted, and then get it set up. Get a few shots. Once that's done, on to the next car. So with this thing, let us start this. I always love the sound of a V8, and this, no exception. This thing is beautiful. Oh, I do love the sound of this thing, I must say. It's definitely on my list of cars to own. I used to be a big Ferrari 458 fan. I mean, I still am, but yeah, the longer I've spent time in the 488s, the more I've just enjoyed them. The beauty of this car, and I will show you a little bit later, is that this isn't just a regular 488. It is a 488 Spider. Rooftop off. I don't care about practicality. Honestly, that is probably the best combination. Roof off, V8, fast and loud. What more could you want? All right, now I just got the Ferrari 488 GTB set up. It is in its hero shot position. I am using a Sony a7 IV paired with a 2470 G Master 2. One of those things where it's basically my second workhorse. Usually rock a couple of A7 IIIs, but for this shoot, the A7 IIIs will come up for a bit more detail. Got a 30mm prime on that, and just some interior shots. So a couple of differences, but today's shooting has been quite interesting. Going from Subaru Liberty GT, Subaru Liberty, I'm pretty sure it's just Liberty, I'm not sure if it's a GT, and a 720S is going to be on the track later. Going to do a little bit of content as well whilst I'm here, just for the boys at Leadr Group, but just mainly for the Instagram, TikTok, that kind of stuff as well. So full on day, but should be a fun day. All right, now time to set this up for a few more shots, like front end. There is a specific sort of style guide that I use when I'm taking photos for Leadr Group, which is one of those things where when you first start, you figure it out and then you refine it as you go as well. But in terms of with the style guide, it's one that I tend to use for a lot of other customers as well. And it works. It showcases the car for all its glory, and at the same time, it just means that you're a little bit consistent with how you approach, clients in general. Bong bong, bing bong. Okay, that is parked. Sorry, it's gonna plop both, put neutral, park, you're not moving. All right, so, must say, I'm not sure if you notice, I don't really like using reverse cameras. I'm like, they're useful up to a point, I'm more of a person who likes actually looking at what I'm seeing behind me. I think it's one of those things where, you know, you have cars with reverse cameras and I'm just like, yeah, I trust you, but I don't trust you enough. So yeah, just stepped out of the 488, just have a look at this thing. It is simply stunning. So the real question is, would you rather have this or would you rather have that? So that's the 720S. Honestly, this thing looks like the Batmobile as far as I'm concerned, but definitely stunning. I'll have the roof off of that in a second, but yeah, initial shots of the roof up, give people an option in terms of what it looks like with the coupe, well, with the roof up and then with the roof down. Talking to Anthony, he was saying a lot of the times, a lot of the convertibles do sell a bit better when the roof is down. So yeah, let's test this theory out. All right, there's a couple of photos done. The next step is actually taking the roof off. With that, pretty darn simple, but in terms of the the look, I just think it looks better with the top down. And let's have a look-see. Popping this thing. I'm getting too old. Way too old for this stuff. Okay, so within a 488 GTB, similar case, probably with most convertible Ferraris, the mechanism is just in the middle and in the middle of like the center console. And yeah, with that, roof up. Oof, so much better. So much better. Perfect. And then once you hear that click or that beep, that's when you know like the roof mechanism function is done. But yeah, let me show you the thing now that it's all set up basically how I'd want to drive it, to be honest. Look at that. It is simply stunning. Yeah. I don't mind my job. It's not bad. It's not bad. All right, so I find myself about to shoot a McLaren 720S. So funnily enough, only a few refresher shots, but the weather has turned a bit. But in honesty, it's one of those things where, yeah, Canberra can be a bit hit or miss. But, jeez. Again, as I was saying before, getting way too old for this, but Yep. Thank you, McLaren. Yes, I know. I need to put on my seatbelt. This is, must say, it has the most annoying bong you can possibly find. But there we go. And there, let me just move my seat back a little. But with this particular car, actually pretty well appointed as well. It is a 720S. I know they've had like the luxury or whatever they called them, like there were different sort of finishes. This particular one, black on tan interior. Again, very nice appointed, carbon fiber here and there. The one thing I wish this car had, which some other McLarens usually do, is the glass sort of roof just up top there. But this one is just leather finish. It still looks pretty classy, but because McLaren is, it's usually pretty open, which isn't too bad. So meaning on the buttresses there, you've got glass, behind me glass, so visibility is pretty nice. But let me move this thing around. Got like 2 or 3 shots to do and that's it. And that will be my day done. And see how it goes. All right, that is the last shots of the McLaren 720S done. The 48 GTB is also done, and now I am going to head home because it's become quite fairly chilly. Would I choose a 720S over 48 GTB? Yeah, I probably would, but I think maybe in the, if it was a 720S Spider, I do like a convertible, and the fact that it's a hardtop convertible means you can kind of have the best of both worlds. But yeah, I must say, from a looks perspective, the McLaren with the door up just looks the part. But let me finish up before the weather basically turns, because it started to spit a little bit. Ideally, wouldn't want to have these cars out because they've just been freshly detailed. But yeah, if you're looking for 720S or 48 GTB, hit up the guys at Leadr Group. I'll make sure I leave a link in the description below to their website. But if you do need any automotive content, or I guess even photography done, hit me up. I'll make sure I leave my details in the description below. And let me sign off. It's starting to spit a little bit more. Like, share, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.